managing expectations would be tough, and I think it was trying to see the placement as a whole with the team. So by having a team calendar, seeing what was happening every week, what the big activities were, really helped. I would always ask the team, so every day we would have a campfire session where the team would, in their host homes, reflect on their highlight of the day, their low light of the day, thanking someone and what they were looking forward to tomorrow. And by doing that, they were able to look at even the small successes, such as today I managed to find resources for our Community Action Day. And that would be their success. And by breaking it down like that and reflecting, really helped so people to see the learning and what they were achieving whilst on placement.
On placement, it's very important to expect the unexpected because each placement varies. So you might find out that what happened in the previous placement won't be the case in the current one. So be flexible, expect anything.
At the very beginning of the program, we normally have an orientation, a community orientation. In here, we have an elaborate training on goal setting. So you want to make sure your volunteers understand, are aware of the possible realities in the community that they're working in, and you give them the SMART outline of goal setting that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. And it's important to also give them examples of past work that has been done and was not completed because of volunteers who did not set SMART goals. And once you do that, you will realize that the volunteers normally lower their expectations, and then at the end of the placement, they're happy because they exceeded those expectations or stuck within what they had set.
I'd say you have to be clear from the start that development is a really slow process. Your volunteers might come in expecting to see immediate results, but in general that's not going to be the case. So from the start, remind them of this, make them see that they're part of a much wider picture. They might not realise the impact they're having now, but if you just tell them that the work they're doing will have an impact further down the line, I think this is a good way to manage expectations.
To provide the real picture of whatever is happening. In our case, what happened was that a lot of volunteers had kind of like high expectation about their placements, because in different placements, like in other communities, it is a different case. It is going to be very different in different communities. So whenever team leaders get an opportunity to visit the community beforehand, like click some pictures of the bathroom or whatever, the host home, the rooms, and then in your PPT you can always create a presentation about how your placement is going to be, show them the videos about the work they'll be doing, about you can get videos and resources from the past cycles and always present it to them. So what it does is that it helps them to bring a real picture of what is going to happen.
What I normally do as a team leader, we normally have the team plan. So before the cycle begins, generally with the team, we set down our objectives for the whole cycle. We set down our objectives and what we're supposed to deliver before the cycle begins, and this helps the team lower down the expectations and set their realistic expectations.
Es importante de que las expectativas se manejen siempre en base a lo real, que los chicos no se creen ni expectativas muy altas ni muy bajas, entonces siempre dialogar qué es lo que ellos esperan del proyecto.
Put the ownership on the volunteers, get them to vote for all the different activities they're going to be doing, then they feel that they have ownership over the activities that are taking place.
I think it's important to be really clear from the outset that they may not see kind of a huge impact while they're there. A lot of them come with these huge dreams of changing the world, and I think it's important to sit down with them early on and have a very clear chat about kind of what to expect, and the fact that the way that sustainable development works is that they are kind of like a small cog in a bigger machine, and to think that the impact is going to be several years even down the line is something that is important for them to know.
Planning that day out, make sure that everything goes on time, everyone knows what is happening next, what will be done tomorrow and the other day.
Pues la verdad es hacer revisiones pequeñas, que nosotros le decimos los briefs. Esos son los briefs diarios en los cuales se les explica a los voluntarios qué va a pasar en el día y con lo que contamos, contar cuáles son las expectativas como líderes y qué esperamos de ellos como voluntarios.
Yeah, I manage that because when our expectation is very high, need to just tell every volunteer we have lots of work need to do and try to be just take your part.
you have part need to just done that. When you done that, we should get our goal.
So what me and my partner team leader did before we went even into the community was we sat down with the volunteers and we explained to them what the community was like and what the conditions were like. So, you know, if we didn't have any electricity, really important to make them aware of that so they know what they're going into. And then also just holding a Q&A session, questions and answers, so they could ask us any questions that they might be concerned about, because some volunteers can be quite nervous.